we headed south from Mullawar to Morawa, then headed east to the Karara Rangelands Park, a vast reclaimed tract of pastoral land over 500,000 hectares.
Our first camp was on the Kaji track at the camp zone adjacent to the vast lake system. You can see the Kaji station shearing shed in the background.
This pallid cuckoo did a couple of flybys past camp calling for a mate, and this banded lapwing was near the shearing shed with a mate and 2 chicks.
Even on the fringes of the salt lake, the flowers were in abundance. The succulents in particular were very interesting.
Our second night we moved to higher ground in amongst the eucalypts of the western woodland. This flock of red-tailed cockatoos were welcome residents of our campsite. And these cockatoos were actively seeking a nesting spot. The other birds here within a short stroll of camp were quite chilled.
Two days later, we travelled down the Lockhada track, vibrant at this time of year, on our way to Camel Soak Campground, which is nestled in amongst the everlasting flowers. Camel Soak was an important stop for camel trains in the early days, with good water off the rocky outcrops. The runoff from the rock provided a suitable environment for a multitude of plants, especially orchids, which kept us very busy.
The rock pools on the rock are a magnet to birds as well. The splendid wren male was a daily visitor to the camp, vibrant against the Pindan red Other birds were busy and abundant, though pink cockatoos were elusive. We headed off again after a couple of days to the northeast on the Peringeri-Rothsay Road in search of pink cockatoos.
We set up camp at the Damperwau camp zone off the beaten track, and once again the wildflowers were varied and abundant. The birds in camp were also obliging in the late afternoon.
One day we did a drive to the John Forrest Lookout in the Damperwau Hills. John Forrest, WA's first premier, visited here in 1869, searching for a lost German explorer, Ludwig Leichhardt. It offers sweeping views of the surrounding hills and the salt lakes to the north. The roads had sporadic diminishing puddles of water and a stark reality of life and death here. One puddle in particular was very fruitful with visiting birds.
On our last day, we drove from camp to the old Dampawa station, largely dismantled now. Plenty of water here as well, which runs off the rock outcrop.
Heading back to camp on our last day, we came across a flock of pink cockatoos chilling in the eucalypt trees. We watched them for over an hour, and it was a fitting end to our stay here.